You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftakademy.com. www.netsoftakademy.com.
Welcome to our last video in SC300 series. In this video, we will see that monitoring your Azure Entra ID environment isn't just good practice. It is actually essential for security, auditing, and compliance. So let's get started. So why monitoring IAM is important? Well, now identity became a very important security parameter. If someone gains unauthorized access, you need to know that as fast as possible. Now, for that, you may detect some suspicious logins. You may check or audit changes made by users, roles, and policies. And you will make sure that your environment meets compliance and your regulatory requirements by your company or maybe the government. So if you design your parameter to do all that, then in that case, your environment is much more secure than others. So it's a race to actually increase the security posture. Every company spends a lot of money to do that. Now, Azure Entra ID offers several types of logs to help you monitor activities, such as sign-in logs. Here you can see that who logged in, when they logged in, and from where they logged in. Plus, you can also see their platform, the time, let's say, which kind of client they used, whether they logged in from an application on their phone or browser, and so much more information. Then there is one more type of log, that is audit log. Here you can change that what changes were made and by whom. So you can check the changes. Then you have risky sign-ins. At this location, you will be able to see sign-ins that Azure flagged as suspicious. So make sure that you always keep an eye on all these logs and even risky sign-ins. If Azure is tracking your sign-in behavior and giving you a prompt reply that, hey, these sign-ins were actually flagged, then you should take action as soon as possible. Well, Azure Identity Protection also helps automate detection and response to identity risk. That is yet another function of Azure Entra ID. Here you have user risk and sign-in risk, which means how risky the user platform is. Well, if the user is not using the company's provided laptop, well, that is the user risk. Versus sign-in risk. Now, if the user is signing in from unauthorized location, let's say out of your host country. Let's say you're working in Canada and the user is actually logging in from some other country. Well, that is sign-in risk. And you should be able to keep an eye on that. Well, for that, you can set up alerts as well for key identity-related activities at least. The alerts can be email notification for high-risk users, and you can integrate this alert into Microsoft Sentinel, yet another service to keep an eye on the security parameter of your environment. If you don't want to use Microsoft Sentinel, well, these alerts or these notifications can also integrate with third-party SIEM solutions. Now, let's say all the security is properly configured and it is in place. Alerts are all configured and everyone is just doing their job. Well, now you cannot just rest. You still have to continuously monitor your environment, especially for your access reviews. Now here, you should periodically do access reviews to help you ensure that all the users or even contractors, or you may say guest accounts, have only the access they need and nothing more than that. Now you can create reviews for groups, application, and even roles. You can also assign multiple reviewers, like your managers or administrators, whose job is to every week review the environment. Plus, you can also automate the removal of inactive users. So with the review, they can check if some users are inactive, well, then they will do the housekeeping. And Azure can do it automatically for you. All right, now let's look at the sign-in logs and risky user in Azure portal. All right, now let's check how you can see the activity and also risky user sign-ins. So if you go to your Entra ID, and if you want to see the logs, right? So you go under Manage and search for users. Yeah, so users, you will see sign-in logs here, sign-in logs. This will show you all the activities happening in your environment. Plus, you can also filter it if you want to see for 7 days, last 24 hours, or you want to put a custom time window, you can also do that. So let's say last 7 days. So these are all the activities. So if you click on it, you can add or you can get additional information. As you can see with this one, I failed the sign-in process, and the reason was the user did not complete the MFA prompt. Yes, I intentionally closed it. Plus, you can see the location, device information. Yes, I used Edge for that, and I'm on Windows 10 operating system. It's actually 11. The information is not current. Then you can see the location as well. And there's a lot of metadata. So this is how you see the user sign-in logs. Now, what about risky users? Well, you can search for risky users. And it will show you Microsoft Entra ID risky users. Now, I created a demo account for Kamal, and I logged in from a different location. I used VPN to hop to different locations, and it triggered the risky user sign-in. And here you go. The risk state was actually dismissed, but once you see all the risky users, from here you can actually confirm if the user is compromised, or you can say, no, the user is safe because the user explained you why this actually happened, or you can even dismiss user risk. So that is all up to the administrator who will take the charge. All right, now that wraps up the whole series on SC300. Remember, this is just a beginner introductory series. If you want in-depth information of each and every topic with more hands-on on Azure portal, then do check NetSoft IT Academy. Over there, we have a lot of full-fledged courses along with their demos and scenarios. So there's a lot of hands-on. Now, if this video was helpful, then please like it and subscribe to our channel. I will see you in the next series. Until then, take care.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftatacademy.com. www.netsoftatacademy.com.